I've just head off on the first day of a 2-week long trip. I'm heading up. First stop is going to be, well, I'm going to see if I can get into a place that I haven't been to in over 30 years. I'm not sure if I'll get in there. I'm definitely not sure if I'll be able to film in there, but we'll see how we go. First stop is through Deniliquin, where the Denny Ute muster is, then onwards and upwards.
Out in stormy weather, I might have the blues, but nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me falling to the ground.
I've been going for a couple of hours now, I'm not sure exactly how long. And I've just arrived, gone through Deniliquin and Carnago. Carnago, if you are on that road going north or south and you go through Carnago, there's next to nothing in Carnago, but the public toilets are actually quite good. We stop there every time that we go to Canberra. Still on my way to the first place that I'm going to stay, and I'm going to go somewhere near there. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to get in there, but I've just pulled up in, where are we at here, Jerilderie, and there's something here that's, I'm not sure if it's an omen or not. Let's go and have a look. So here in Jerilderie, there is something here that it genuinely makes me feel old. I used to play with these bad boys back in the day, and now they're memorials. It's a Leopard tank. These have been superseded now by the Abrams, but when we were mechanised infantry guys, we would work with these guys quite a bit. On the back of these, this has got a, what is it, 105 millimetre gun, and the coax and stuff, and what they used to support each other, basically. We would support them, they would support us. And on the back of this, there was something that we used to use that you'd always worry about getting your ass run over when you were doing attacks and stuff. Inside this box here, can't open it, it's welded closed, is the infantry telephone. That's where we would jump on there and talk to the commander of the vehicle and give him targets on the ground, because we could see more than what they could see. But I'll tell you what, this makes me feel so old, so old. We would go on exercise with 1st Armoured Regiment, and some of these guys they would get onto these vehicles and their foot would leave the ground and they would not touch the ground again for weeks. They would live on the vehicle, never get off. Pretty interesting stuff. Tankies are interesting people. If you've watched a few of my videos, you may remember me talking about armoured vehicles rolling through the perimeter when I was asleep on the ground. I'm talking about these. So these things here were rolling past the ground. I would have been about here, laying on the ground, sleeping, and these things rolling past. The whole ground shakes, the earth moves, they're freaking heavy. Can't remember how heavy. There's some things that you just like to forget from military service, and this is one of the things that it was more of a trivial thing for me. I can remember all the stuff with the M113, but not so much these. But seeing this here is I think it's a bit of a sign that, I don't know, maybe I'm going to be let in where I want to go, maybe I'm not. Interesting story. See these here, these are the dust shrouds. These here, they're not armour, they're rubber, I'm pretty sure. And I remember doing an attack with these guys, and one of my guys in my section, when I was a ground maggot, when I was on the ground, not in the armoured vehicle, our Minimi machine gun, so it's a 5.56 machine gun, raked down the side of one of these boys, and it put holes all through his dust skirts. And he went off, the commander of that tank went off his friggin' chops about how these infantry guys damaged his vehicle and it could have killed someone. I'm like, dude, you're in a fucking tank. It wasn't going to hurt you. It's all right, get over it.
When rain stops hitting down, yeah, on a bad day, on a good day, I don't need no...
I've stopped in at Urana, I think that's what it's called, and just for a spot of lunch. Not sure what this water is here. There's a boat ram just here anyway. But gonna have a hot dog for lunch. I'll show you something I got at an event a little bit ago, which should, I think I've spoken about this before with doing the basic sort of thing for lunch. and you can really up the game of that basic thing that you're having for lunch just by getting some good condiments. I've just got a hot dog in there, very small amount of water, heat it up nice and quick. There is something really cool about being self-sufficient with your vehicle. I think there is. So the condiments I'm talking about, well, I spoke about sauces and stuff before. This one here is pretty damn spicy. I'm not using that today because it's a hot dog. I will use some of these though. These are pickled jalapenos, and the guys that make this, what are they called? Keating, I think it's called. Keating & Co. Condiments, Keating & Co. What I encourage you to do, when you go to like markets and stuff and you see people making them, they almost always let you taste them. Taste them, you won't regret it. Buy it and bring it to this sort of basic meal and it'll really elevate it. It's delicious. Just about to leave from lunch and this hot rod pulled up and it's pretty bloody cool. It's a Model T Ford, but he's extended the chassis out and put this marine straight 8 in it. It looks pretty slick. I took some video, have a look. Anyway, let's get cracking to where we're going. I've just got to where I've been heading. You might see behind me there. I'm at Kapooka, the home of the soldiers, where the 1st Recruit Training Battalion is. It's where our soldiers learn to be soldiers. And I'm going to see if I can get in. We'll see. It's called Blamey Barracks. And from memory, Blamey Barracks. Blamey, I reckon, was a guy who was maybe Australia's only ever Field Marshal rank. Like the highest ranking soldier that we've ever had. Pretty sure that was it. If you're watching this, I won't even check it when I'm when I'm editing. Just Google it and tell me if I'm right or wrong. See if we can get in. Hello mate, how are you?
How you going, man? How can I help you?
Is the museum still here?
It's not here, it's out the raft.
No, there was one when I was a digger.
Oh yeah, there is one on site, but you're not allowed to go unless you've got a pass. Yeah. Oh, unless you know someone that can escort you on.
Nah, man, it's been 30 odd years.
Oh, yeah.
I was only coming through and I thought, oh, I might call in.
No, that's
all good.
Man, no, they only got the money out the raft or that memorial thing up the road here. You seen that? Remember the tragedy?
No.
Explosion that happened here?
In the 40s? Oh.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
made a big bloody thing up the road for it. On the dirt road as you go up here.
Before,
So if you go back over that little causeway,
yeah,
go a hard left along them trees.
yeah.
About 500 metres up, it's on the side of the road there for the public, anyone can go there.
You want to chuck a Yui there?
Mate, my word, you can.
Thanks.
You have a great afternoon.
Cheers, mate. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. It didn't work. I wasn't sure if we were going to get in here or not. You've got to put it into context, I guess. Like we've been, up until recently, some Australian soldiers have been at war for at least the last 20 odd years, that being East Timor, Iraq and Afghanistan. All up, that was like over 20 years, I think. So it kind of makes sense that if you've got no reason to be on an army barracks, you're not going to get in. I was kind of hoping that they would let me in to go look at the museum, but the guard on the gate, he basically said, unless you've got someone there that can escort you around, you're not going to come in. But he did remind me of this memorial here, and we'll have a look at it. This is what is referred to, I think, from memory as the Kapooka, what was it, the Kapooka tragedy, I think they might refer to it as. There was a bunch of engineers here in the 1940s who died from an explosion. I don't know if they actually know what caused the explosion, but it was, I think it might even be the biggest training tragedy in Australian military history. But this here, anyone can come here. So when you get to Kapooka, before you get to the guard gate, the guard house, just hang a right and you can come down a dirt road, and that's where this is where we are now. There's a lot of dinging from some flagpoles here, but there's also a bucket load of live fire going on over the back there. The range is only just over the back, and there'd be a heap of recruits over there getting their assessments and stuff done. So there's a lot of gunfire happening there. You may pick it up on the microphone, you may not. I actually read on the internet before I came here, was a lot to do with march out parades and stuff, and I've got a feeling that when there's march out parades, you get to, from memory, you can like nominate people to come in, and I dare say that would be where the passes and stuff come into play, and I don't have one, so they're not going to let me in. I'll get some footage of this here. Here's some information about the 21st of May 1945 is when this happened. How many died here? It was quite a few, I reckon, from memory. Yeah, so an explosion occurred, 24 soldiers were killed instantly, 4 more were seriously injured, 2 of them died within hours once they got to hospital. That's crazy. The engineers, they're the ones who deal with the Big Bang stuff. I don't remember this from Kapuka. I remember there was a memorial here, but I don't remember what it was for. It's like 30 odd years ago. You probably learnt about this when you came here. I can't remember it though. Yeah, what I was saying is I was having a look on the internet before I came here. I wasn't sure if I'd get in or not. They have their march out parade. So when you do your recruit course here, you're away for, I don't know what it is these days. I think it's like 80 odd days, something like that. And you haven't seen your family for most of that time, so they will come along and watch your march out parade, and they will get a pass, and that'll get you through the front gate. Who knows how it works now? That's how it used to work all that time ago. And you would get a pass, those family members would get a pass to get in the gate. There is a museum in there, but I can't get in there. But what I did read is that there are 2 M113s, which is what I was alluding to before with the Leopard tank that's back at Jerilderie, because there are 2 M113s here are the things that I used to teach people to drive and service and all that came along with being a DNS instructor. And there's 2 of them apparently at the museum as a memorial. So I was even going to feel older. Anyway, let's go find somewhere to camp tonight. Oh well, it was a long shot. It didn't pay off. Not to worry, camp is set up for tonight. Where am I here? Hold on. So where I am is a place called Coalhagen's Road, Coalhagen's Beach, I think it's called. This I didn't find anywhere except for, did I find it on Wikimaps, Wikicamps? I'm not sure. I generally don't use Wikicamps much anymore because, oh man, there's some good camp spots there, but every swinging dick seems to know where they are now because of Wikicamps. I think I may have found this one on there. I'm not 100% sure, but what I do now is when I'm going to a location, I'll use Google Earth and look at tracks to places that are clearings and things like that to hopefully find some public land, which this is. And what I found with this one is that there's a bit of a beach around this river that's just here. There's a couple of people set up. I don't know if you can see down there. There's another caravan down there. Big bloody F truck down there. I might go and have a look at that in a minute and say good day. And it looks like there's even a couple of like regular spots set up here, as in people kind of live here. But not to worry, it's a good spot. The weather's looking a little bit precipitous. Tomorrow is another day. I will get into an army camp and have a look at a museum. There is a RAF museum here in Wagga, but it's RAF. They're planes. Everyone sees planes. But I've got a feeling in a few days I will get into an army camp and have a look at a museum. Anyway, that's it for today. See you later.